All right, you beautiful souls, how are you today? Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, bringing you some honest astrology for Thursday, the 18th of July, just cruising on through it. We're almost 1 month into summer here. Whew. Flying by, man. All right, what's going on today? We got the moon in Aquarius, all right, forming a sextile to Jupiter, which is awesome. Such an awesome harmonious aspect. Fire and air, creation station, right? The power of creation. And then we've got a really cool aspect as well. Well, the moon is doing a couple things today. So one has got the sextile to Jupiter, which is just the coolest aspect. Very creative, very driven. It's a lot going on. We've got an opposition to Mars. It's happening early in the day. And then we've got a quincunx, again that 5/12 quincunx aspect to the North Node and to Venus. So let me show you what that looks like. Get right into it. So we got the moon up here, 15 degrees Aquarius. This is our air sign. This is our fixed air sign, right? It's very intelligent, very forward thinking. What is Aquarius? Aquarius is the water in between. So wait, here we go. Coming back. What is Aquarius? Aquarius is the water that's in the air that allows the electricity to flow. Okay, which is the ruling sign or sign associated with Uranus, which is the the Great Awakener, right? So where is the Great Awakener? The Great Awakener is down in Taurus. So it's like we're breaking traditions. We're changing, right? This giant changing of the wheel. And that's right. Uranus just got in there May 15th, I do believe. So it's like we got 7 more years, of slowly changing the tradition. All right? So the moon is up there giving that spark, all right? The water in the air that allows electricity to flow. Okay, so we got the moon opposing Mars. Now, it's a fun way to look at this is like Venus is want, Mars is how you get it, and the moon is what you need. It's like your emotional needs. So it's just like when all these things kind of come into alignment, it's really beautiful. So we have the moon opposing Mars today. So Mars is in fiery, passionate, driving sign of Leo, creative self-expression, like here I am, like I'm ready world, we're trucking along, let's go. But all right, let me just go to the chart because it's complex, right? So of course we have the Mars creating the beautiful trine up to Jupiter. Okay, so it's just like all this higher self stuff. And of course now we have Jupiter creating this higher self-conscious, conscious future thinking, conscious. This is what we need, where we need to go. So it's like being social, being active in the community, being very progressive and forward thinking. Okay, so how do we get our breakthroughs, which again, Mars is squaring Uranus down here. Okay, Uranus, ruling sign, Aquarius, or ruling planet of Aquarius. So our breakthroughs, this is our balance here. Right? We have to lead, for one. We have to be the leaders right now. Doesn't matter if the sun's shining or not. We just got to get out there and get it done. We're the first ones. We're beating everybody to the punch. It's like, hey, if the whole world is doing this and you don't find that to be sustainable, and you're like, man, we're gonna just kill ourselves if we keep going down this route, then you are the only one. You're the only one that's changing and making a difference and saying, you know what, I'm going to march to the beat of my own drum. I'm going to go this way and do these things. While everybody's eating steak, I'm eating spirulina, right? There's a fun one. So it's just like, all right, let me follow this. I'm going to come back to that. Okay, so it's like, all right, Mars here is our leader, leading the path, squaring, Uranus here. So it's like our breakthrough comes with this leader taking on the leadership roles. And what's this leader doing? Making this connection up here to King Jupiter. So it's just like, look, we have to have faith in ourselves that we can lead, that we do have the fire and passion and drive to keep this train going, that we can pull the entire zodiac. We're pulling that, right? Blindly going into the world, pulling it. Okay, and the rest will follow, right? Because we're the leader and we're making that connection, this higher self, having faith. This is our higher education, the philosophy, and that's what our connection is here to this moon. This is what we need. So in order to be future thinking, in order to make this progressive change, right, we have to educate ourselves. That is the meat. And then here's the other cool aspect that the moon's creating is the quincunx here to the North Node into Venus. So this is kind of neat because, the arrow is pointing here, emotions, and being authentic and being real. But these guys are saying really, our breakthrough, the way that we move throughout the future, what we need to do is bring it down, right? Bring it down here and be authentic. Be authentic. Be authentic, right? So that's my cheer for the day. So again, it's like being authentic, and then it's like studying. So this is like a day to study. This is a day to seriously like take your leadership roles and bury yourself in a book like Ichabod Crane. Anyway, so and it's fun things like that. Like we can completely change our minds. I'm not like a full vegan, but I eat a lot of vegetarian and vegan meals. So it took education for me to go from eating a carnivore diet into eating a more, vegetarian diet. So this is like, okay, I'd educate myself in protein and all of these things. So I brought up spirulina, so there you go. Like 100 ounces of steak versus spirulina, you get like 57 grams of protein in spirulina versus 25 grams in steak. You get like 150 grams of iron versus like 20 something. I mean, it's like absolutely insane. Like how awesome, what a superfood spirulina is. But until I started, it came out of necessity for me. So it's just like I had to start learning things, like where can I get these proteins from? Where can I do these things in order for me to try to live a healthier, sustainable life for myself, to march to the beat of my drum. Doesn't matter. Like my whole family's just like, we're going to put meat on top of meat and put that in a sandwich and devour it. So it's been like, I'm a lone soldier here, right? So it's just like, I've got to make these steps and do these things. And then it's like, hey, now I get to make really healthy, delicious meals for my family, right? So this is part of it. So it's just like the moon's community driven Aquarius, and making that sextile over to their Jupiter, which is this higher thinking and having faith. And that faith saying, I can take on this leadership role. So instead of just saying like, oh, okay, here we go, it's another, turkey dinner on Thanksgiving, it's like I can actually cook and bring things and then my family can enjoy really healthy food that's really good for them as well. So it's like creates this, awesome balance. And that's what the zodiac is all about, is about balance and, informing ourselves. And that's why we're here doing this, because we love to learn. We're students of the world, right? So, I mean, that's our day, man. That's like the meat of the day is it's just these connections here between the moon and Jupiter. And everything, it's funny, this is the year of expansion. I've been saying that for months and months and months. This is the year of expansion. And our two beautiful sextiles that we have is like, look, we're future thinking, we're taking this knowledge and going to the future, taking this knowledge and going to the future, taking this knowledge and going to the future. And then what's our other sextile here? It's just like we need to dream bigger, think bigger. Not even think bigger. It's again, we're expanding our unconscious mind. So it's just like, look, man, if reality, Saturn is reality, Capricorn is reality and law and order and it's like, I can only fit so much liquid into this glass. I need a bigger glass. I can only fit so much air into this balloon before this balloon explodes. I need a bigger balloon. Well, Aaron, they don't make a bigger balloon. I need to create one, So this is where our imagination, the unconscious mind meets the very conscious reality. It's like the Einstein particle waves. Capricorn is very particle, right? It's very real. It's very finite, very concrete. And what do we've got going up there in very finite, very concrete Capricorn? We've got Pluto, which is very transformative. Okay, we've got the South Node, which is letting go. It's like this great release. And then we have Saturn up there, the king himself in his own domain, hanging out with the South Node. And just doing this like beautiful release. That's what the eclipse was all about. It's all about this emotional release, this great emotional release, stepping into our power. And it's just like we have the power to lead. We have the power to create something bigger than what already is. It's like if our community is small right now, by being social, by getting out there, by talking about these things, by leading these conversations, and there's another one. Leading the conversations is Mercury is the last day right now. Mercury is going to be in Leo, and then it's retrograding into Cancer for the remainder of its retrograde cycle. And then it'll be in its shadow for a few weeks here, and then finally pop back out, and then finally make those connections to Chiron and to Uranus. It's coming down the road, but it's coming. And when those come, that's like our big epiphany. And it's like, thank God. But we're not there yet. So what I'm saying is this is like the last days of fire. The last day of fire, Mercury fire, that we're actually really able to like communicate, to really put this stuff out there before things go into hiding when they go into Cancer, right? So it's like use this energy wisely because it won't be here tomorrow, all right? Moon in Aquarius, social, forward thinking, creating this beautiful, beautiful sextile to Jupiter. Higher philosophies and education, having faith and learning more, expanding our own conscious mind, which is again squaring Neptune, expanding our unconscious mind, okay, where the ocean meets the shore. We are expanding. We are perfect yet ever expanding beings in a perfect yet ever expanding world, in a perfect yet ever expanding universe. It doesn't get much better than that. Have an awesome, awesome Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.